Tell me how your business is evolving.
Texas went full deregulation, back in early 2000, 2002, and really the integrated utility split up into really three parts: the generation business and the retail business, or we call them the competitive retailers, and then the T&D business. The way I look at it is as the T&D utility, we don't make the electrons like the generation company, and all the customers are in one of, I think there's probably 130 retail companies that sell electricity to consumers in the state of Texas, and so we don't sell to the customers. The retailers do that. We just deliver, and I make the comparison that we're sort of like FedEx. We don't own the package, we don't sell the package, we just deliver the package. We don't own the electrons, we don't make the electrons, we don't sell electrons, we just deliver the electrons. And so that's our role in the Texas marketplace.
What are the key challenges you're facing?
In Oncor, we've got 1,500 large commercial industrial customers that we're assigned to, and we're as close to those customers as anybody. And so we ought to be bringing to those particular customers some solutions, and they may be electric, they may be gas, who knows? But we ought to be so close to those customers that they look to us to help them do their business better, cheaper, faster, and so solar, battery, distributed generation. We ought to be looking for opportunities to I think to take those to our customers in the right way, in the way that certainly makes sense for the utility. Obviously we're in the infrastructure business, and so we need to figure out how can we play in this particular game, and how can we be the ones that provide that to the customers versus a third party, because they're thinking about it, and they're going to do it. As you all know, Walmart has made the decision that in 2020, they're going to get off the grid, and so we need to be embracing that, and to see if from a utility standpoint, how can the utilities foster that makes sense. Like most utilities, we were an engineering operation kind of company, and so the last 5-6 years, we've been about trying to improve the customer experience, and so we've got lots of initiatives from changing our IVR, changing our call center, the way we do things there. We've got a customer experience council that we're letting all the business help drive our customer business. We now have an outage map. We've got an app for your iPhone. We have lots of those kinds of things, like most companies. But I think that the most important thing we're doing is we're trying to listen to our customers, and not just listen with our ears, but listen with our heart, and listen with action behind that. And so we do a lot of the surveying with our customers, but we're also providing the things that our customers are asking for and say they want. About 5 years ago, we started having some conversation, and as you know, so goes operations, so goes your customer service. And for example, we may have 3,000 people in operations, but maybe 200 or so in the customer business, and so we've got to have the full support from our operation folks. And so what we've tried to do is change that 3,000 operation folks and 200 customer service to say we're all in the customer business. And so our customer experience council is made up of all disciplines: accounting, engineering, operations, call centers, legal, and so it touches all of us, and it's there that we drive some of our ideas out there, and we get support across the business, and it's been pretty successful with what we've been trying to do.
How big an issue is trust?
We have 402 communities scattered across North, Central, West Texas, and we've got employees, in lots of those communities, and we pretty well stifle them. Said, hey, you can't talk to customers. And, well, they can. They're in their neighborhood. They teach. They coach little league. They go to church together. They do all those kind of things. And so what we've tried to do is we've tried to instill in our employees to be the trusted advisor, and we try to provide with them, some tools, if you will, to go and talk to the customers. We said it's okay to wear your Oncor cap out there and to encourage customers to ask you about things. And so because we do know more about this business than I think anybody else, and so we need to step up and communicate.
How are customers' expectations changing?
You got to be predictable. you got to really do what you say and say what you do. You got to be dependable. And our customers do. They do depend upon us, and they depend on us to give them the true information, the right information, and whether it's good, positive information or not, we need to be upfront there doing that.
Tell me about the role smart meters have played in improving the customer experience.
Customers, know much better how to use their energy than I do. I can tell them, but they know how to do that. And so we've got portals there that customers can come in and look at what their usage is, and they can make changes. It shows what your usage is every day. We've seen people who at 3 o'clock, something happens every day. Well, the kids come home, they crank up the AC, and so parents can now control. And just by seeing how fast you drive, smart meter, you can. It's a speedometer. If you want to drive faster than that, want to use more, you can. If you want to say, well, wait a minute, and so consumers easily can save 10% just by controlling and knowing what their usage is easily. And so that's what we've put in their hands. And from an operations standpoint, we now know lots more about the customers. When if there's an outage, we know where. We're able to restore power faster. Customers can call. We can do what they call ping the meter. We can test the meter and make sure it's live or not, and then we can communicate to the customer without driving, sending a truck out. And so we save millions and millions of miles, from an Oncor perspective. And as you know, customers pay for everything. And so if we're not driving, we're saving the consumers money. And then the last thing is we enable the market. Since we don't bill customers, we provide that information to all the competitive retailers that sell electricity in the Texas market, and so they're now offering products and services like night and weekends free, and you wouldn't get night and weekends free. And you can argue about, is that a good or not? Who knows? But that's but people are thinking about how to do that. And I remember my retailer would send me every Monday what my usage was for the week, and they said, if you keep using it, here's what your bill will be. And so now I can continue to use as much and pay that, or I can make changes and actually see my bill go down. And that's what we provided to the customers.